This exercise will demonstrate the superficial back line and, and how the legs can act like springs. So we will begin by visualizing dots along the backs of the legs. 3 dots along from the sit bone to the knee to the heel on both legs. So if you visualize those 3 dots along the backs of your legs and connect them, they should make a straight line or somewhat straight. All we're going to do is think about bringing the sit bone dots straight down to the heel dots. So stand with your feet just under your sit bones, and in front of a mirror might be best. And simply visualize how the sit bone dots could ride that line straight down to the heel dots. If that happens, your body will just follow the track and stay straight up. It shouldn't bend forward or bend backwards. Doesn't get affected. So your sit bone dots come towards your heel dots, and then they move away from your heel dots. Sit bone dots closer to the heel dots, that just squeezes the knees forward, and make sure you're affecting 3 joints, the ankles, the knees, and the hips. And then pull your sit bone dots away from your heel dots. Bring them down one more time and stay in that position and begin to bounce. Bounce, 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 bounce. What this will do is demonstrate to you how your sit bone, the muscles around your sit bones are actually controlling your movement. So put your hands under your pelvis and see if you can't feel the muscles, how they're contracting as you do little bitty bounces. Once you find those muscles, keep them contracted and use them to pull your line straight or move your sit bone dots away from your heel dots. Again, bring your sit bone dots down to your heel dots, keeping those muscles in control or contracted, and then use them to straighten your line. The next step is using your sit bone dots to pull your heel dots, which are connected to your sit bones because you connected those dots by contracting your muscles. Pull your heel dots away from the floor using your sit bone muscles. Lowering your heel dots, keeping in control, and try not to let your heels touch the ground. See if you can just hover over them, over the ground, and then pull them back up. Lower them again. And from here, not letting them touch, I want you to start bouncing again. So you'll bounce, 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 bounce. Once you've bounced, you will begin to feel how the dots or the muscles that are really controlling the bounce are in the balls of your feet. So at this point, you have connected the dots from the balls of your feet to the heels, to the knees, to the sit bones. So see if you can feel that again by lifting your heels up using your sit bone muscles and then lowering your heels all the way. To put it all together, you simply go bend, straighten, lift, lower. Bend, straighten, lift, lower. Once you have connected all those dots, you can see that you're actually forming an L if you connected them from the ball of the foot to the center of the heel, to the knee, to the sit bone. If you look at the angle of my ankles when I've lowered my heels, it's slightly smaller than a 90 degree. You can control that angle by keeping the lines connected and simply opening up the angle by leaning back slightly. But notice how my body goes with me. I'm not breaking that line. So you can close your angle by leaning forward, and you can open your angle by leaning backward. Ideally, you'd like to be right over your feet, so you'd like to be in between a small angle and a larger angle. And that's how you use your superficial back line to stand up straighter.